and gentlemen, good evening. It is my hope that your day was fine and all is well. So, if you're here for the first time, this is Gashi's Kaiman Torres Africa. Be with us in this good evening. And if you look at Kenya today, especially if you look at Uhuru Kenyatta, you realize that is somebody who was in control of this government. Is somebody who could tell off the IMF and the World Bank. But when you look at William Samoei Ruto get laugh to say no to IMF, the Bretton Woods institution. And the reason, in my view, because he is a puppet of the West. William Samoei Ruto was planted by the Western nation just to cater for their interest. And what Kenya Kwanza government is doing is only implementing the wishes of the Western nation. When you see William Samoei Ruto sacking, retrenching civil servants, because it's going to happen very soon, it is because of the IMF. Because according to IMF, Kenya wage bill must be reduced and people must be sent home. So whatever he's doing or whatever he's planning to do is doing this not because he believes in it, but simply because this is what the IMF are forcing him to do. Even the GMO and the ban that was lifted, all this was meant to please the Western nations. In fact, he had promised them that he is going to provide the market for their GMO products. He had promised them that he is going to provide the market for their drugs companies. And here we are now, ready to consume GMO products. Again, when you see William Samoei Ruto introducing very funny taxes, taxing the dead and the living, hasa wale ambao wamejenga nyumba katika miji mikuu or in urban centers, or in any city, when you hear him saying that you'll be paying home tax because there is a matter of time before this bill is taken to parliament, and if you own a home in town, be ready to pay both land rate and home tax. When you see him taxing the landlord, it is not what he believes in. It is because of the force, the pressure from the IMF. Even when the inflation is very high, because I think currently inflation in Kenya is hitting 9.6 at the moment, and things can only be expensive. Commodities can only be expensive. Fuel can only be expensive because of the inflation rate that is happening to this country. And you realize that some civil servants have to be watakatwa mishahara. Mishahara lazima ipuguzwe. Now, this is the prescription of the World Bank to William Samoei Ruto. And he's comfortable accepting this. When you look at the NSSF increment, it is also because of the IMF and World Bank. It is one that is calling the shot. And that is why they planted William Samoei Ruto. That is why they could not support. That is why they had to rig Raila Amolo Odinga. Because Raila Amolo Odinga is somebody with the interest of Kenyans at heart. Raila Amolo Odinga is somebody who cannot accept this shenanigans of NSSF and NHIF and taxing everybody. Kwa ndio sababu wakampiga kabisa. Again, the fuel levy that, one of the reasons why fuel prices has continued to be high is because of the fuel levy. Almost half of the price of fuel is in form of taxes. In fact, if there's a country that has its citizens taxed, it is Kenya. Again, ukiangalia the pay as you earn, so we understand the civil servants, the teachers, and all those who work for the government would have to pay more for the pay as you suffer. Na ni mambo ambayo yataleta Mabo Megisana. And out of all this, maybe you have not wondered why William Samoei Ruto is not even talking about corruption. Yes, he's going to tax you heavily. And in the fullness of time, people realize that they made the wrong decision, or we didn't give Raila Amolo Odinga the chance that he actually deserved. With the fullness of time, people realize that what is happening in this country is that the West is ruling the country. Kenya is being ruled by American and the Britons. These are the people who are calling the shots. These are the people who are telling the president what to do. They are forcing him. And by the way, he's going to be very hard on citizens. Very hard. Because he has realized that without the support of this person, without the support of these nations, even himself cannot survive as a president of the Republic of Kenya. He has to please them. Lazima afanye vile ambavyo nataka. Lazima awabebeleze. Because without this, I think they can easily bring change of regime in this country. So if you're here for the first time, this is Gashis Kaman, the Towardsman Black Africa. And by the way, the rains have come. And for those of you who yesterday sent some tokens to assist the needy people I received from Maureen. Maureen is from Wales. Very, very thank you. I also received from Haman, Germany. Thank you very much. Please, you are. In fact, I sent to the people, and they were very, very happy. The victims, one from from Muranga, and the other one from